Welcome back to our conversation with the Davenport mayoral candidates. I remember the old song by the rock and roll band The Kinks in the 1980s called "Give the People What They Want." Well, that is a big job of any mayor. Maybe I'm showing my age there, but you do want to give the people what they want. I do bring back the findings from last year's survey one more time. Public safety and addressing crime are always a priority among the public. Only 47% of those who responded, though, indicate feeling safe in downtown Davenport, and only 36% say the work being done to prevent crime is either good or very good. What would you do differently to change those numbers if elected mayor? Todd Perk, you've not been first yet, so it is your turn to go first now.
Well, I'm the only candidate who has addressed the transient drug epidemic that we have in Davenport, Iowa. I don't call it homeless for a reason. I'm not picking on the homeless people. I'm all for better affordable housing, but we got a transient drug epidemic. They come from different communities all around here because we have so many services to provide for them, and we just allow them to lay around in specifically the downtown area, but they're moving up all over our city. If you go up to 14th and Perry, you'll see a whole bunch of them. If you go down to 6th and Vine, you'll see a whole bunch of them. If you go up to 34th and Division, you'll see them. They're everywhere, and they just keep spreading. And we need to work with as many tools as we can. We need to bring all the nonprofits together. We need to bring all the people together, and we need to come up with a solution to have them move along so it's safe for our children. It's about the kids.
Todd Perk, right on time. Jason Gordon, your approach to crime, those numbers certainly do seem a little bit startling in some ways.
Yeah, and we do have a challenge in our downtown right now with a unhoused population, a transient population. I don't think that, I think the data would reveal that downtown is still overwhelmingly safe. But the perception is real. Perception is a real thing. And so if people don't feel safe in downtown, that is a real feeling that they have. I think we need what we tend to rally as a region, as a Quad Cities region, around certain issues. And I think we need to do that with this problem. We need a Quad City solution of Quad City experts and leaders to come together and come back with recommendations on how to deal with this particular population. How do we provide a continuum of care that meets the needs of the individuals along the whole trajectory of what they need. It can't all just be overnight shelters, 24-hour shelter options. It's got to be that plus temporary shelter, plus permanent shelter, plus access to food, etc. So we need a Quad City solution to what is a Quad City problem.
I didn't get to ring the bells right on time. You guys are really good at this. Jim Hughescamp, what would you do to address those concerns about crime?
Well, the first thing is we've got to have a strong police department, and I applaud them for what they've done through the group violence intervention and the Good Neighbors Project. I support those things and want to see those things continue. Dramatic reduction in violent crimes there, but also we've got to have ongoing training for those people so that they are, they're not falling into the anti-biases and so forth, and making sure that they are trained and properly to serve all citizens. In terms of the homeless situation, I've worked with the homeless in my past, and I find that there's a lot of mental illness within that population, which is very sad. For me, we've got to be compassionate to that group, but I was out in Portland, Oregon not long ago, and was warned that the homeless population was aggressive. That can't be tolerated. Our people need to be kept safe, and our police department need to make sure that they can.
Right on time. Jim Hughescamp, thank you. Judith Lee, we'll finish this round with you. Where does Davenport need to improve on crime prevention and make downtown safer?
I spend a lot of time downtown, and I have never felt unsafe anywhere. I've never run into any aggressive, unhoused people. And I also have been told that the zip codes are local, where people are not bringing them in and dropping them off. I am well known with the local communities, the nonprofits on both sides of the river, and I agree that we need to have an area-wide systemic program for how to address this, including governments, including the nonprofits, including the business community. This is a problem nationwide, but we can address it here if we work together. We know that the police department is understaffed, and they're focusing on what they can deal with the staff that they have. I think they've taken some really important steps to improve our ability And now if we can get well-trained folks recruited, that will be a big deal.
Judith Lee, thank you. I only got to use the bell a couple of times. All right, thank you all for your answers so much. We will be right back with some final thoughts. You're watching For the Record.